Welcome YouTubers to another video. Today we got the Panda Studios Leviathan axe. Not a big or heavy box, it's, not too big. So this is more or less the art box. It doesn't have an inner box, so just one layer, and then it has this black foam. I've already cut this so we can see. So here is the part of the axe. Looks like it comes in a few different things. Here's the USB-C, as well as something, whatever the heck this is. We'll have to open it up. I just started a new video game, Samurai Fate Remnant. Check that out. It's pretty fun, actually. It's like anime style. Very similar to like Demon Slayer. So check out this blade. I definitely can tell you this is underscaled. 100% underscaled. Kratos' axe would be much bigger than this. This same company, Panda Studios, also did, yeah, that's definitely underscaled, but it does look really good. That paint app looks excellent. Looks like this is the bottom part. I was curious if this was all one piece or multiple, so it looks like it's multiple. This is definitely polystone. This, I think it's just resin. I don't know. That one has a decent weight to it. All right, we're gonna see. All right, so here is the base. All right, we're going to want to two-hand get this bad boy out. All right, so this is what was included in here. Kind of just looks like a flashlight, honestly. Oh, blue light. Okay. It's like a blue light. So, yeah, anyways, I did get this from GOW Nation. GOW Land is what they're actually called now. So, they're one of my partners. So we got that from them. So here's the base. It feels hollow. It looks like it's about 12 inches by 12 inches. And then there is, the button for the light up. Looks like it needs to be plugged in. And then right here it says Leviathan axe, and it has the God of War logo. Simple rock base to go ahead and insert this. I gotta say, this thing is definitely like half scale. It is tiny. This does not feel like a life-size Kratos axe, even remotely. This is it. This is it. So this is me holding it. So you can kind of gauge. Alexa, how big is the Leviathan axe in God of War?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, extrapolating from its 10-foot-long skull, paleontologists believe
oh
that
gosh,
Leviathan
that's way.
measured upwards of 50
Alexa,
feet
shut up. All right, yeah, that's definitely off. So this is where you're supposed to insert it, which it is just polystone, so you got to be careful. It could scratch it. Alrighty, so here is the light up feature for the base. I just plugged it in there. And then this, I guess, is really just a light up for, looking at the axe is how I kind of view this. Otherwise, what's the point of that? This lights up all blue parts and the logo. So that's a pretty cool light up feature. Some of the light is bleeding through right here. There's definitely some specks here and there, like the light up's coming through here. It's not a big deal. But there is the main light up feature, which isn't too bad. Alrighty, folks, so here is the Leviathan axe. So this thing is definitely underscaled. When I Google Kratos' Leviathan axe, it says the handle should be 40 inches. And then the axe head is another almost 13 inches. So in reality, this thing should be about, you know, 50 plus inches. Now, I've eyeballed Kratos axes on like eBay, you know, stuff like this. You know, and granted, these don't look as good. They are like actual carbon steel, but, you know, like that doesn't look as good. It's obviously much cheaper as well. This thing was like $350. This is 40 inches. You know, there's multiple Kratos axes on eBay. They're all about 40 inches, which is still technically underscaled. However, according to the God of War makers as well, the Kratos axe decreases in size when it's on his back. You know, it's a magical axe. So I guess you could say that the eBay ones are the ones like that. Those are made of steel. This is made of resin. There's no steel on this. But the size is definitely pretty off-putting. You know, this is a tiny axe. Like, this looks like an axe for a child. So the size is definitely disappointing, especially considering the cost. You know, $350 plus. The base is too big for what it is, you know, but let me show you like this, you know, and this just like sits in here more or less. Let me show you this next to my other axe I own. Alrighty, so look at the size difference between this and Thor's Stormbreaker. See just how much longer this one is. Granted, this does look cooler. You know, I think the detail is really good, you know. It has the gems right there. Those could be better. The gold looks really good. You know, there is definitely some scuff marks. It has a decent weight to it. And I know Kratos' axes also depend on which version, you know, because you get different handles and whatnot. The detail's definitely great. It's just the size, to me, is very disappointing. This is about 30% too small. Alexa, turn on video game stature room lights. Alexa, turn on video game stature room lights. Don't fail me now, Alexa. Goodness, Jupiter. All right. Now I'll show you comparison next to that. Now let's do this actually. Alrighty, folks. So here it is next to the Prime 1 Kratos. Now, one nice thing is with the way they actually angle this on the base, it doesn't take up a ton of width beyond the initial base. I thought it would, you know, and I was like, man, that's going to be very wide if it's on this base. It isn't. Now, I measured the Prime 1 Leviathan axe, which is, I swear, it looks identical, actually. It's identical in terms of the axe. This one is 13 inches. So you times that by 4, because it's 1/4 scale, it would be 52 inches. Now that blade is 30 inches, meaning it's only 57% of 1-to-1 scale. So it's really more of a half scale. It's slightly larger than a half scale. So I think Panda Studios effed up big time on the scaling. And for the price, you know, $350 when you could go to eBay and get an actual steel one for $120. And that base is nothing special. It's very, you know, cheaply made. Like you could buy something like this for probably $50 on eBay. Now I am curious on this. So it kind of, you know, this kind of has like a, you know, I don't know, nothing's really special. I'm still not sure the reasoning for this. That kind of lights up slightly-ish. Maybe they're... Unless this goes somewhere, does this go anywhere? Does it go inside the axe? Huh. Yeah, there really isn't a purpose for this. You know, I guess you can do that. It's not like the axe actually lights up, and I could have swore it did. It doesn't. This is the closest thing you get. You know, I guess if you wanted to put it behind and kind of like yeah, it doesn't shine through. It's not translucent. So this is kind of pointless. I really would rather just use this for like my something else. There it is, all lit up, so you can see it. So there it is, size reference next to everything that is God of War. So the question begs, do we wall mount it? It's definitely going to be very underscaled in comparison to my Kratos bust. Definitely going to be underscaled. You know, we could consider wall mounting it. Yeah. So if you think about Kratos' size, Kratos is a big dude. He's holding it. Where is he holding it? Yeah, one way they could have made this longer is extending this out to about right there. If you look at this, look how long that is right there. Where this one, they made it very tiny. So that is one area. I also think this could have been longer right here. Made this go longer. Of course, this needs to be bigger. This needs to be about 3 inches bigger. But this definitely needs to be about right there and then extend it. It would have made it feel bigger. I think in general it should feel thicker. If you look at my hand holding it and then Kratos' hand. So I'm wondering, should I keep it here on this base or we simply just wall mount it like that next to the shield? You know, I could definitely wall mount this easily and just put away that base. The base is cheaply made. It's nothing special. So I may wall mount it because it's not too big. It's not too heavy. The bottom part is secure, so it's not going to fall out. You really just need something to hold the top. Similar to how I have my stormbreaker in the other room. I was thinking of just wall mounting this right here, just like that. You know, now here is the size next to these. These are also technically underscaled. The shield's kind of the only thing that is properly scaled. You know, but you can see, I think in general, the paint app and detail is very good. It looks great. I got no complaints. You know, it looks as good as Prime 1 in terms of the detail. Yeah, since they're literally the exact same. Checking the patterns. Yeah, everything looks spot on in terms of detail. It's really just the size is really bad. So I will say I would never buy another Panda Studio product again. You know, because definitely their new Blades of Chaos, those looked very underscaled as well. They'll match this because this is underscaled, but I'm definitely not buying them. You know, that was cheap. Like a third of the cost. It's wall mountable. Granted, they're also underscaled. I do think Panda looks better than those. You know, theirs has more, like, better paint app. Actually has, like, the red on the blade. You know, similar to that statue. But they definitely need to fix their sizing for sure. They shouldn't label as 1-to-1. It's really more of slightly bigger than half scale. So I would rate this detail and paint. It's great. No complaints for a prop. It's excellent. Size, horrible. So it's really like a 6 out of 10 piece for me. For the price, detail, and inaccurate size, it's a 6 out of 10. Would I buy it again? I like the paint app and detail, but the size bugs me. I could buy that eBay one, which is 10 inches bigger for a third of the cost. But it doesn't look as good. It doesn't look as game accurate as this. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, this is still probably the best axe out there in terms of detail and paint, but it's definitely underscaled. I don't know. It's hard to say. I need to think on it. But yeah, definitely Panda Studios they need to get their sizing correct. Like, seriously, it's very bad. But thanks to Kyle Nation for this, Kyle Land. If you guys are interested in purchasing anything from them, DBZ statues, the new other Panda Blades of Chaos, link in the description below to their website. They're also going to be shipping me my Link by Dream Studios later this month, so we'll get that in. Very excited for that. And I should be getting Thor Bust tomorrow, so stay tuned for Thor Bust. So very excited to get that. Anyways, folks, like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.